Oh, the deuce. Then we shall pay the more, that's all. I see plainly enough. At Drake's or at Aaron's, one pays 25 lira for common days, and 30 or 35 lira a day more for Sundays and feast days. Add 5 lira a day for more extras, that will make 40, and there's the end of it. I'm afraid if we offer them double, that we shall not procure a carriage. Then they must put horses to mine. It is a little worse for the journey, but that is no matter. There are no horses. Albert looked at Franz like a man who hears a reply he does not understand. Do you understand that, my dear Franz? No horses, he said. But can't we have post horses? They have all been hired this fortnight, and there are none left but those absolutely requisite for posting. What are we to say to this? Asked Franz. I say that when a thing completely surpasses my comprehension, I am accustomed not to dwell on that thing, but to pass to another. Is supper ready, Signor Pastrini? Yes, Your Excellency. Well then, let us sup. But the carriage and horses, said Franz. Be easy, my dear boy. They will come in due season. It is only a question of how much shall be charged for them. Morcerf then, with that delighted philosophy which believes that nothing is impossible to a full purse or well-lined pocketbook, supped, went to bed, slept soundly, and dreamed he was racing all over Rome at carnival time in a coach with 6 horses. Okay, I was making fun of Franz, I think, a little bit in chapter 31 for being kind of a rich dandy out on his little high adventure on the seas to Monte Cristo. But Albert particularly seems like one of these really kind of annoying rich people that there's a little bit of entitledness to him, isn't there? That nothing is impossible as long as you've got money. Boy, oh boy. I hope Albert is proven wrong. Signor Pastrini, do not get him those horses by tomorrow. He needs to learn a thing or two about the way the world works. Or, in my mind, the way the world should work. What happened this chapter? I'm a little topsy-turvy, or as Dumas used the term in Three Musketeers, arsey-turvy. I'm a little arsey-turvy this chapter. We've gone from Franz coming down from a hashish dream to the hotel, to Albert not getting horses. This is a transitional chapter if there ever was one. I don't even know how to comment exactly. I kind of expected we'd be putting a period at the end of the sentence of Franz, but it seems that things will continue with them even further. I don't really want to spend much time with Albert. Franz, I don't know, he seems fine, I guess. But who is he? Where does he come from? What does he want? Outside of being obsessed with Sinbad and his little trip down Hashish Lane, are we going to just follow 2 rich guys going to the carnival? I mean, maybe if this takes a turn into like a Fellini film for a little bit, I'd be okay with that. Probably should have saved one of those research things on romanticism or Mouquet for this chapter, but we had to get through chapter 31. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm not living up to my part of the bargain here of giving you the commentary that you deserve with this show. What is there to comment on? I don't know. I've never been to Rome. I'll tell you this. Okay. I've never been overseas. I had an opportunity in college that I regret. One of my few regrets that I had the opportunity to go to Rome to study film there. And for some reason, I didn't do it. I don't even remember. I don't even think it was an expense thing. Maybe I was involved in theater or something. Something led me to not do it, but I deeply regret it. I wish, for how much I love Italian film, any film really, but Italian film particularly, to study Italian film in Italy would have been awesome. And while I'm on the subject, we're on a tangent. Why not go full bore with the tangent? There are a lot of films. So my name is Sicilian, or I'm told. I say Solano. It's sometimes pronounced Cholano if you want to be very accurate about it. I've never been to Sicily, but I find it fascinating. There are some Italian films. There's one documentary filmmaker particularly called Vittorio Di Secca, who did these short subject documentaries about Sicily, and there are a handful of images from the town that apparently my family is from, my ancestors. And I believe that there is still blood relatives there who I've never met. I wouldn't even know their names, unfortunately. And I would like to go there, I think, someday. It would definitely be a logistical challenge just because I hate flying. I am claustrophobic. I get motion sick incredibly easily. And I feel like I would deeply panic on a flight that is over 5 hours long because I panic on flights that are 5 hours long. Why am I giving you these personal details? I don't know. Rome sounds cool. I'd go there. There's a town called Solano or Chilano. There's a river called Chilano. The town of Chilano, is it a town? I don't know that it's a town. Province, city, whatever you would call that thing of Chilano. They have a little castle. The castle looks cool. How cool would it be to learn that I have some weird ancestry with the owners of the castle of Solano, and I get to King Ralph it and inherit it and get to live in Italy in a castle. I don't think I'd like that unless the castle was full of books. But my God, what am I doing to you folks? Why am I keeping you here with this nonsense? Let's just end this short chapter with a short episode. Please don't hold my tangents against me. I will refocus as soon as Dumas refocuses. I just don't know where I'm at right now, and I don't want to speculate. So, you know how we do here. Tomorrow we're going to go right into chapter 33. But as of today, you can get the story-only audio for chapter 32 over at patreon.com/gruntworkpod. That means you can listen to chapter 32 without my rambling, incoherent commentary like today as a traditional audiobook. And if you contribute over at patreon.com/gruntworkpod for as little as $1 per month, no commitments, you can have access to every single chapter we've done so far, 1 through 32, to listen straight through as an audiobook if you'd like. Your contributions go a long way to keeping the show on the air, allowing us opportunities to bring new shows to fruition, like Odyssey, a daily Odyssey through Homer's The Odyssey, and more. The other podcasts that I'm doing where I'm reading a page of the Odyssey every day. Your support and your listenership makes those opportunities possible. We want to grow the network even further. I have ideas for post-Monte Cristo things that I would love to do, but we need your support. We need your contributions to make that happen. You can do that all over at patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Of course, you can also support the show for free by leaving a rating or review over at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, subscribe and comment on YouTube. It doesn't have to be a lengthy review. You could just leave one word, as well as a 5-star review. I would deeply appreciate that, and that helps us get into the algorithm and seen in more of those For You suggestions. You can cut through all that algorithmic nonsense by recommending the show directly to someone you know that loves classic literature, that loves podcasts. A one-to-one recommendation is much more likely to get them to listen than had they discovered the show on their own. If you can send them an episode, send them the main feed, send them the YouTube channel. It's my job then to keep them here. Hopefully, I've kept you here in a similar situation. You can then pass that forward on to somebody else. And lastly, I want to hear from you. You reach out to me, talk to me about chapter 32, talk to me about chapter 31, talk to me about chapter 30. I'm not going to go through them all. You get the point. I have a channel over at our Discord. The link is in the show notes. The links for all of these things are in the show notes. If you ever get lost, they're in the show notes for every episode. Join me on Discord. Let's talk about this story. Let's talk about this podcast. And we can talk about chapter 33, which we're going to go into tomorrow. So until then, okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.